Negro manosphere, what's good? O'Shea, what up? It's your boy Solomon Jones, aka Solo TV 84, aka your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber, aka Mr. Don DeMarco. Now today we're going to touch on a topic which may be controversial because everybody and their mother has their opinion in regards to what this topic means or what it is supposed to be. Now today we're talking about what is a high value man. And I've been watching a lot of different videos in regards to these dating coaches, as well as in the past paying attention to the dating community. And this is typically a topic where a lot of men associate a high value man with one who gets a lot of ass. You know, the typical, he's good looking, he's got a lot of money, status. While these things can certainly make you high value, I have a different opinion because, to be honest, you don't have to have all those things to get a lot of women. I know guys that aren't good looking, that don't have a lot of money, and don't have super high status, and they still get a lot of ass. But does that make them a high value man? No. But to a lot of these dating coaches, as well as these dating practitioners, if you get a lot of ass, that would make you, a high value man, when that's necessarily not the case, okay? So bear in mind, this is my own opinion. If you have your opinion, certainly post it in the chat and let's chop it up. I'm all for good conversation. Now, number one, in my opinion, that makes a man a high value man is he takes care of himself physically. A high value man takes care of himself physically, not because he wants to look good for the females that he's bunker bustering, but he wants to feel good about himself and his health. Working out is important because when you work out, it shows discipline. You're building commitment. Going to the gym day in and day out, not everybody can do that. That's why so many people in the United States or in the Western world are overweight, because it takes discipline to go to the gym every day. It takes commitment to have a great diet. And a lot of people just don't have that. It's something that is beyond motivation. Some days you're just not going to feel like eating 1,500 or 1,600 calories or what have you. And that's something where you're committed to doing it, where you really, really want to do it. And it takes a high value man who has that drive, who's willing to do it even on days that he doesn't feel like it. And so working out is important because it shows discipline. It shows drive and commitment, something that most men just don't have. And me personally, I'm working back towards that. You know what I mean? I'm back in the gym 4 to 6 times a week. And on the days that I don't go, I definitely notice a difference. And so you become addicted to it because the adrenaline rush, the endorphin release, that is a natural high that you want to feel again and again. Number 2. A high value man is always trying to mentally become stronger. Okay? A high value man is always learning and striving to get better. If he doesn't know a topic, he researches it. If he's always looking to add a different skill set to his repertoire, a different, knife or tool to his toolbox. Because the truth of the matter is, a high value man is always looking to become a better version today than he was yesterday. Now, reading is important. Learning is important. We never stop learning, nor should we stop learning. If you feel like, oh, I know it all, I don't read no books, I'm good, then you're missing the point. There's too much out there in the universe for you to really think that you know it all or you grasp it all. History, culture, science, technology. I mean, there's so many different fields, entertainment, that a high value man is always looking to become a connoisseur of different topics, a renaissance man who knows different things, has different type of knowledge, okay? And most importantly, another thing about mentally, he's always striving to be better, is that he doesn't let emotions cloud his judgment. The thing about the high value man is he's able to recognize the fact that when he's acting out emotionally and when he's being logical, and when he's emotionally, he's able to check himself so that way he's not making a bad decision. This is very, very important. There are a lot of emotional men out here, and you see them on YouTube making videos, yelling, screaming, and I know sometimes I can be emotional, but at the end of the day, a high value man doesn't get angry over petty things, and he understands that there's always something bigger. You know what I mean? Now, the next one about the high value man is he's financially responsible. Look, there's this big misconception, not just in the dating community, but in the world, that you have to be rich. You have to be a millionaire. You got to be ballin'. You got to have a fancy car. You got to have a Rolls Royce. You got to have that ice. You got to have that nice condo to be a high value man. And you know what? I'm here to tell you, you don't have to be a millionaire to be considered a high value man. I know some guys that are scumbags who have a lot of money, and that doesn't make them high value men just because they have money, okay? But in a society that focuses a lot on materialism, people might give it to them. But in my opinion, a high value man is somebody who's able to pay his bills on time, in a timely fashion, is fiscally responsible, and if he wants to, he's able to take a trip on a whim. I mean, look at O'Shea, for example. He went to, Africa on a whim. He didn't tell anybody. He just dipped. And, me, myself, I went on a trip recently to Chicago. You don't tell anybody, but you go on a trip, and the money, you're able to bounce back from it. I mean, it's not going to hurt you because financially you are able to budget. This is very important. You're able to budget and balance your budget. And a high value man understands that money doesn't make the man, man makes the money. He doesn't let money define him, because if he loses the money, he's still going to be a high value man. Even though he may not have the cash or the assets, he's still going to be a confident guy because he knows that I've made the money before, I can make it again. Look at a guy like Steve Jobs. He was the head of Apple, and then they got rid of him. Then he came back. They asked him back, and then he took over with the iron fist until he died. So a high value man understands that, you know what, I've been here before, and even if he falls off, I can get here again. Now the last one, a high value man, and once again, this is my definition, but a high value man is continuously evolving spiritually. He's a man who's connected with his higher self. Some people call the higher self God, Jesus Christ, Buddha, Allah, Gaia, okay? He is connected with a higher sense of purpose. See, a lot of people who are looking for their so-called purpose, the reason why they struggle is because they're not connected with their higher self. How do you connect with your higher self? Well, prayer is a form of doing so, certainly. Now, some people say, well, I don't believe in that. Meditation is another way to connect with your higher self. I challenge you to meditate for 7 days for only 15 minutes a day. 7 days. And if you don't feel a difference, well, hit me up and let me know in the comments. But a high value man is connected to himself spiritually because we are spiritual beings having a physical experience. What you see right now is just temporary. We are internal beings. And you guys got to understand that while there may be money, while there may be cars and even looks that can fade, our spirit never does fade, okay? And a high value man understands that. Now, some people may say this may sound like some new age bullshit, but I'm just being honest. Once again, I challenge you, meditate for 15 minutes a day for 7 days and let me know what you think. Now, in conclusion, everyone has their own definition or their own criteria of what makes a man, a high value male or a high value man. Now, the issue is that, once again, like I said before, a lot of men associate being a high value man with just getting a lot of ass. And I think that it's deeper than that. In my opinion, a high-value man is one who seeks to constantly improve himself to a point of enlightenment. And you know what? While I can honestly say I've never achieved all these 4 things at once, there's been times in my life where maybe I've achieved 1 or 2, or maybe where I'm doing just 1, or maybe, you know, I wouldn't say I did 3, but maybe 2 at a time or 1 at a time. But I think that you should always strive to be the best you, because at the end of the day, who's gonna love you more than yourself? Solomon Jones, out. Peace.
Dom the Monko.